look at you. Just look at yourself. You are sitting there, probably scrolling through this on a device you haven't fully paid off yet, feeling a dull ache in the back of your skull. That ache isn't dehydration, and it isn't lack of sleep. It is the subconscious realization that you have been played. You have been had. You have been swindled in the most elaborate slow-motion heist in human history. Let's paint a picture. I want you to go back to a specific day. Maybe it was May, maybe June. The sun was shining. You were wearing a ridiculous square hat and a long, flowing gown made of cheap polyester that trapped the heat against your skin. You were sweating. Your parents were in the stands, holding up an iPad to film you, tears in their eyes. They were so proud. You walked across that stage, shook the hand of some dean whose name you don't remember, and grabbed a piece of paper rolled up in a ribbon. The crowd cheered. You felt important. You felt like you had arrived. You thought that piece of paper was a key that would unlock the gates of the kingdom. Wake up! That wasn't a key. It was an invoice. And not just any invoice. It was a demonic contract, signed in blood. Only you didn't realize it because the blood hadn't started flowing yet. That day wasn't a celebration of your intellect. It was your initiation ceremony into the rat race. It was the moment the system clamped the iron collar around your neck and whispered, "Now you are mine." You walked off that stage and straight into a prison cell with invisible bars, a cell constructed by the unholy trinity of the government, the banks, and the bloated academic complex. We are going to talk about student loans today, but if you think we are just going to talk about interest rates and repayment plans, you are dead wrong. We are going to talk about the enslavement of the American youth. We are going to talk about how you were groomed from the time you were in kindergarten to become financial slaughter cattle for a system that feeds on your future labor. This is the brutal truth that your guidance counselor was too stupid to understand and your parents were too brainwashed to tell you. This is the autopsy of your freedom. Let's start with the dissonance, the glitch in the matrix that you ignore every single day. You see a frantic 18-year-old kid. This kid is legally prohibited from buying a beer. If this kid walks into a car dealership and asks for a loan for a Honda Civic, the bank laughs in his face and asks for a cosigner with 30 years of credit history. If this kid tries to get a business loan for $10,000 to start a landscaping company, the loan officer shreds his application before he even leaves the room. Why? Because an 18-year-old is a liability. They have no income, no assets, no track record, and a frontal lobe that hasn't finished developing. They are high risk. And here is the sick joke. If that same clueless kid walks into a financial aid office at a university, they will hand him a pen and let him sign for $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 of non-dischargeable debt without blinking an eye. No credit check, no income verification, no collateral, just a signature and a pulse. Does that make sense to you? Does that sound like a sane economic model? Or does it sound like a predator luring a wounded animal into a cage? The system tells you that this is good debt. That is the phrase they use to sedate you. Good debt. They tell you it is an investment in yourself. They tell you that degree is a golden ticket. So you sign. You sign because everyone else is signing. You sign because you are terrified of missing out. You sign because you have been conditioned to believe that the alternative to college is failure. You are a sheep following the herd off a cliff, but you're convinced you are flying because the fall takes 4 years. Let's look at the enemy. Who did this to you? It wasn't an accident. This isn't just the economy being tough. This is a carefully architectural design. The universities are not centers of higher learning anymore. They are hedge funds with football teams. They are luxury resorts that offer classes on the side. Have you looked at a campus lately? Lazy rivers, climbing walls, 5-star dining halls, diversity and inclusion deans making $300,000 a year to send emails about feelings. Where does that money come from? It comes from you. It comes from your future. Here is the mechanism, and I want you to listen closely, because this is the bakery math, the napkin math, that explains why you are broke. When the government guaranteed student loans, they told universities, we will pay whatever you charge. If you run a business and the government tells you they will write a check for whatever price you put on the menu, what do? You raise the price. You raise it again and again and again. Tuition has outpaced inflation by triple, quadruple percentages over the last 30 years. It is an artificial bubble inflated by easy money. The universities have zero incentive to cut costs. Why should they? The government guarantees the money, and you, the unsuspecting rat, guarantee the repayment with your life. The banks and the loan servicers sit in the middle, collecting fees, servicing the debt, watching the numbers go up on a screen, while you panic at 3 in the morning. And the worst part? This debt is special. If you destroy your life gambling, you can declare bankruptcy. If you crash your business, you can declare bankruptcy. If you buy a mansion you can't afford, you can declare bankruptcy. But student loans? Oh no. That is the one chain you cannot cut. It follows you to the grave. They can garnish your wages. They can seize your tax returns. They can garnish your Social Security when you are 80 years old. You are in a cage that has no key. This is modern slavery, sanitized and digitized. Let's do the math. The cold, cruel, undeniable math. Let's take 2 subjects. Subject A is the smart rat. He does what he is told. He goes to a private university. He majors in something vague like communications or psychology because he wants to help people, or he isn't a math person. He graduates with $120,000 in debt. The interest rate is a blend, let's say 6 or 7%. He gets out and reality hits him like a freight train. The job market doesn't care about his GPA. He gets a job making $45,000 a year. Let's break down his life. After taxes, he brings home maybe $3,000 a month. His rent is $1,500 because he lives in a city where the jobs are. He has car payments, insurance, food, phone. He has maybe $200 left over. But wait, his student loan payment is $1,200 a month on a standard 10-year plan. He can't pay it. So he goes on an income-driven repayment plan. The system smiles and says, don't worry, pay what you can. So he pays $200 a month, but the interest accruing is $600 a month. Every single month, his balance grows by $400. He is paying, but he is getting deeper in debt. 5 years later, he owes $140,000. 10 years later, he owes $170,000. He is running on a treadmill that is inclined at 90 degrees. He is putting in effort, he is sweating, he is stressing, but he is falling backward into the abyss. Now, look at subject B. Let's call him the sovereign mind. Subject B barely graduated high school with a C average. He didn't buy the lie. He looked at the price tag and said, no. He went to trade school for 9 months. Cost? Maybe $10,000. Paid for by working part-time. He becomes a welder or an HVAC technician. By age 20, he is making $60,000 a year. By age 24, when the smart rat is just graduating and looking for an unpaid internship, the sovereign mind is making $85,000, has zero debt, has started investing in the S&P 500, and is buying his first rental property. Fast forward 20 years. The smart rat is 42. He still owes $80,000 because of negative amortization. He has no assets. He is stressed, bald, and divorced because financial stress kills marriages. The sovereign mind is a millionaire. This isn't luck. This is math. This is the cost of opportunity. Every dollar you sent to the loan servicer was a dollar that didn't work for you. It was a soldier you sent to fight for the enemy instead of defending your own castle. You sacrificed your 20s, your 30s, and maybe your 40s to pay for a 4-year party you can barely remember. Now, prepare yourself for the punch in the stomach. We need to talk about the premium poor. You know who you are. I see you. You have the MBA. You have the law degree. You work at a glass tower downtown. You wear a suit that costs $800. You drive a leased Audi. You go to brunch on Sundays and post pictures of your avocado toast. You look successful. You smell successful. But if I stripped your finances naked, if I looked at your net worth, it is a tragedy. You are negative $200,000. A homeless man sleeping on a park bench with a single quarter in his cup is technically $200,000.25 richer than you. You are living a lie. You are a slave with high thread count sheets. The system loves you. You are the perfect battery. You work 80 hours a week to pay for the lifestyle that you think you deserve because you are educated. But all that money flows right out of your hands into the pockets of the banks and the brands. You are handcuffed with golden handcuffs. You can't quit your job because the monthly nut is too high. You can't take a risk. You can't start a business. You can't speak your mind at work because if you get fired, the house of cards collapses in 30 days. You have surrendered your sovereignty for the illusion of status. You are a peacock in a cage, preening your feathers while the butcher sharpens the knife. The psychology of this is what makes it so hard to break. It's the ego. To admit that your degree is worthless, or at least not worth the price tag, is to admit that you were a fool. It is to admit that you wasted years of your life. It hurts. It burns. So you double down. You go back for a master's degree. Maybe if I get more education, I'll finally get the salary that fixes this. That is the logic of a gambling addict chasing losses. One more hand, one more spin, and I'll win it all back. No, you won't. You are digging the hole deeper. You are throwing good time after bad money. You are seeking validation from a system that views you as a line item on a spreadsheet. And don't even get me started on the forgiveness fantasy. I see you waiting. I see you hoping. Oh, the government will wipe it away. Listen to me, you pathetic rat. Waiting for a politician to save you is the ultimate act of submission. It is the behavior of a child waiting for daddy to fix the toy he broke. Even if they wipe 10,000 or 20,000, it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is your behavior. The problem is your reliance on the system. And do you really think nothing comes for free? If they forgive the debt, who pays for it? Inflation pays for it. Your dollar becomes worth less. You pay for it at the grocery store. You pay for it at the gas pump. There is no free lunch. There is only deferred paying. Stop waiting for a savior. The only person coming to save you is you. And right now, you are not prepared for the mission. So, is there a way out? Is there an exit from this labyrinth of misery? Yes, but you are not gonna like it. It doesn't involve magic. It doesn't involve voting for the right guy. It involves pain. Radical, focused, disciplined pain. It requires you to look in the mirror and kill the premium poor avatar you have created. Step 1. You must live like a monk. I don't mean cutting back on latte. I mean scorching the earth. If you have student loan debt, you have no business going on vacation. You have no business eating in a restaurant. You have no business buying new clothes. You are in a financial emergency. The house is on fire. You don't stop to arrange the drapes when the roof is burning. You grab a bucket. You live on rice and beans. You sell the car that you can't afford, and you drive a beater that smells like wet dog. You move back in with your parents if you have to, and you swallow your pride every single day. Step 2. You attack the debt with the ferocity of a wild animal. You don't pay the minimum, but the minimum is the trap. The minimum is designed to keep you in debt until you die. You pay every single spare dime you have. You get a second job. You work nights. You work weekends. You drive Uber until your eyes bleed. You sell your stuff. You throw everything at the principal. You need to clear the table. You need to break the chains. Step 3, you stop the bleeding. You never, ever borrow money for school again. If you have kids, you tell them the truth. You don't tell them you can be whatever you want. You tell them you can be whatever the market will pay for. You show them the math. You show them your scars. You break the generational curse of financial illiteracy. You tell them that a trade school is not a step down, it is a step toward freedom. You tell them that community college is the smartest hacking tool in the universe. This requires a mental shift. You have to stop caring what people think. The herd will laugh at you. They will say, "Why are you working so hard? You should enjoy your 20s. You only live once." That is the language of the poor. That is the siren song of the mediocre. Let them laugh while they sip their $15 cocktails on credit cards they can't pay off. In 10 years, when they are drowning and you are standing on the shore of sovereignty, watching the sunrise over an empire you own, they won't be laughing. They will be asking you for a job. You need to reclaim your mind. You need to understand that the diploma on your wall is just paper. It doesn't define your worth. Your net worth defines your financial freedom, and your discipline defines your character. The system wants you weak. It wants you dependent. It wants you anxious. Indebted people are obedient workers. They don't strike. They don't quit. They don't question authority. They keep their heads down and grind until their hearts explode. Do not be that person. Kill the rat inside you. Kill the need for approval. Kill the addiction to cheap dopamine and easy answers. Face the brutal reality of your balance sheet today, not tomorrow. Today, log in. Look at the number. Stare at it until it burns into your retinas. Let the anger rise up. Let the indignation take over. Use that anger as fuel. Anger is a powerful energy source if you direct it at the right target. The target is not the bank. The bank is a scorpion. It acts according to its nature. The target is your own past stupidity. Forgive your past self, but ruthlessly discipline your present self. This is the pact. If you made it this far, if you have listened to this entire tirade, then you are not fully asleep. There is a spark in you. Fan it into a flame. I want you to go down to the comments right now. I want to see who the real ones are. I want to know who is ready to chew their own leg off to get out of the trap. Type the words "Golden Handcuffs Key" in the comments. This tells me you understand the prison you are in, and you are forging the key to get out. Don't add emojis. Don't write a sob story. Just "Golden Handcuffs Key." It's a signal to the other awake souls that you are done being cattle. The path to sovereignty is lonely. It is steep and it is full of rocks. But the view from the top is the only thing worth seeing. The air up there is the only air worth breathing. Stop renting your life from the bank. Buy your freedom back. $1 at a time. One sacrifice at a time. Start now. Get to work.